How's it going, doggy people? I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to part 2 of Mr. Beckman working with a reactive cattle dog. If you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check that out now. The link will be in the description below.
Trainers that would have gotten this dog off a muzzle and off a leash.
So first off, we're going to look at what this dog looks like. Spatulate tongue. He's very stressed. He's very alert. He's very aware. He's showing some stress signs here. Stress panting. Very quick panting. Big tongue hanging out like that. That's a stress tongue right there. He has long lips. He has tension in his body. He does not look comfortable.
Would have gotten this dog off a muzzle and off a leash with their dog and two other people's dogs.
I'm not quite sure what he's talking about.
My point is desensitization, consequences for incorrect behavior, and pack corrections is the answer.
No, I'm going to say I disagree with that again. So, again, if you don't know, dogs are not pack animals. So, the other dog corrections, if he had said that, I would have been perfectly fine with that, with how he worded it. But he acts like, he believes in pack theory, that just because you put two dogs together, they're pack animals. They're not. They would have to be related to be a pack, and they're not. And wolves are pack animals because they're a family unit. If you would like to see more detailed information about why dogs are not pack animals, you can check it out on my channel, labeled Why Dogs Are Not Pack Animals.
Those in and of them there.
Okay, so we're going to go back, and I'm going to tell you before I rip into him about what I disagree with there. First, I would not be in this small area cornering this dog on a leash when I know that he's already reactive with other dogs. He's looking back at possibly his owners for comfort. He's tied to a madman in his eyes, and he's cornered by what could be a lion to him. He doesn't know that this dog isn't going to try to attack him. So I would have this guy would be far away from this guy to the point where he can look at me and be comfortable and show smooth body language and comfortable. And I can allow him to, on this loose leash, look at this dog from whatever distance it is. And I wait for him to look at me or check in. I can reward. And then we work our way closer and closer to this dog. And then maybe we would allow them to meet with a muzzle and, but we would prepare the dog. I'm not just going to take him in here and expect him to take accountability for themselves and correct, incorrect behavior. Whatever he says, he wants to be able, he's super controlling in my opinion. So he wants to be able to allow the dog to screw up so that he can correct them. It's kind of a power game that a lot of people like to do with an animal that won't fight back. Because if they do fight back, we have leverage, we have tools, we can always cause more pain and discomfort and fear. This is not how I would recommend anyone do this. You are flooding the dog. Flooding meaning overstimulation. He's terrified. No matter what he does, it's the wrong answer. And he just ends up learned helplessness, which he thinks that is necessary, especially when teaching the recall.
And pack corrections is the answer.
So right there was perfect. So I'm going to go back if I can, So right here is perfect. We go back and this dog is looking at him, and this dog is looking at him. Terrific, so you can reward this dog. This dog looks at this dog, and then he checks in with him. Perfect. So before he moved over, you could have marked and rewarded that behavior. Of course, he doesn't get any reward with this guy. It's all just correction. And so he starts to, move towards him, and this dog moves, and this dog sets him off to react again. Okay, so for even a split second there before he goes yanking this dog, the dog thought about it. Now, if you had a relationship or you built a relationship with this dog, you can build one pretty quickly in 30 minutes, using positive reinforcement, using high-value treats, toys, reward, whatever this dog finds rewarding. He's going to see that you're more rewarding than worrying about this dog.
This is for incorrect behavior.
So he looks over the owners, looks over at him. Terrific. So right there, if you just saw it, you can go back a couple seconds. He thought about it, but he stopped himself. This dog stopped, and then he's here too long, which is kind of impossible to move a dog away, which is why they're working too fast and they're too close. And then he goes in for another correction. He yanks him and does his macho whatever.
In and of him.
Goes for a nip,
right there.
Yanks him, kicks him in the face, and now this dog, okay, I'll say knees him in the face. I will not say kick him. He did not kick him, but he did knee him in the face, and this dog is not helping because he's trying to back up his dad or whatever. He's a dog, and dogs, the reason why you have a bunch of fights in dog parks is because they're not pack animals. They don't care about each other. They don't protect each other like a pack would. They see weakness and they go for it and they take advantage of it. They see a dog acting like a plaything and they want to go and kill it. It's just their instinct.
There are consequences.
So
when
he's
you try to bite a dog. Yes, you're a cattle dog.
overcorrecting.
I don't care. We're not hurting cows. We are in the world
Super stressed.
with a pretty nice dog who, yes, overwhelmed you, but
Super
has done
stressed.
nothing but play bows. Yes, he's a lot. Prince was a lot.
And it doesn't matter. You know, super stressed tongue, super long lips. This dog just wants to get back to his people and get out of this situation. And when is the next time that he's realistically going to be put in this situation again? Very rarely, if at all. And the fact that this guy doesn't care anything about what the dog wants. He only cares about what a human wants, which is why I have such an issue with people who train like this, that they say, I don't care what you want. Yes, he sees the other dog is being calm. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what this dog thinks. It doesn't matter that Prince could have been totally ignoring this dog the whole time. This dog was still threatened by him.
Yes, he
and you're correcting
overwhelmed
him
this dog.
for being
He's
nervous.
done nothing mean to this dog.
So he agrees that he overwhelmed him, but then at the same time he says he did nothing to this dog. So you're kind of contradicting yourself, dude. It doesn't matter what you think or what you want or what your intentions are or what the other dog's intentions are. What matters to this dog is what is happening right now. He is trapped in this cage with a lion, and someone is holding on to him and yanking on his collar and forcing him to be here and kneeing him in the face. And in a minute here, he's going to throw him in the pool. He says this dog started the whole thing. You actually started it because you put this dog in this position. So you want to hold the dog accountable, I'm going to hold you accountable. You started this because as a human, you put this leash on, you drug this dog into this fenced-in area. They could be in a wide open area, you keeping him on leash, you could let him off leash, have him have a muzzle, and then see how it goes. And both dogs could be muzzled and for safety and all that if you really wanted to do it. But no, you're the one who put this dog in this situation, so you should be taking accountable for yourself.
This dog started it, and Prince still hasn't done anything horrible to him, and he just tried to bite him.
Well, he shouldn't. If you make him shark bait, you put him, okay, so now you're terrified of this dog sees Prince as, say, a bear or a lion, and he's tied to you, and he's anchored, and then when he tries to defend himself, if the bear or the lion, whatever this dog sees Prince as, that will then turn around and attack him. He has nowhere to go. You are flooding him and forcing him to put up with his greatest fears, and you're calling it socializing. And you're saying that you socialized him in one session. You're saying you got it done in 40 minutes. You are flooding him.
The back of his leg.
So I'm going to try and cover this next little bit as calm as possible. My blood pressure's raising. But I'm trying to be a voice for the dogs. I'm trying to point out, people don't have to like what I say, but it's still, you can't disprove it. I'm not saying that this doesn't work. This absolutely works. He's shown it time and time again on his probably hundreds of videos. What I'm saying is it's not necessary. Put yourself in your dog's shoes, and I want you to imagine yourself or a child or your own beloved pet in the same position, and everything he does to that pet, are you okay with it? I don't think these owners are even okay with it, but they're not going to talk about it because they feel that they don't know more than this guy. That's why they're here.
The back of his leg. So, I don't know. This is the world we live in. Everyone separates the
unnecessary.
world from
And he tries to act like this is the world we live in. So yanking your dog around, that's the world we live in. You can control what world you live in. I don't know what kind of world this guy lives in, but it's certainly not one that I would ever want to be his dog. Would you be comfortable being your own pet? Put yourself in your pet's shoes, and however you treat them, would you want to be treated that way? If you had to come back and be reincarnated, regardless of whatever your religion is, if you had to come back as a dog or a horse or a cat or whatever, would you be comfortable living the life you're living? And if at the very basic, you think that you would be appreciative of having a house over your roof over your head and food and water, yeah, I mean, they're a dog. Of course they're going to be thankful for that. Without humans, they would cease to exist. But this dog even deserves better than just a bowl of food, water, and a doghouse. The very minimum basics, animals deserve better than that.
With kids, we wouldn't accept them attacking other kids. But dogs...
Well, with kids, it's a little different, though. Kids we can communicate with, and a lot of times kids get in trouble and blame, just like dogs do, because the parents don't take accountability for themselves. Same thing is said for kids. So I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit here.
are
Yank.
are the boss of the house. Dogs kill other dogs when the owners are not the boss. When the dog has
Oh my god, he just touches this dog and he curls his tail. Look, lip lick. Like, look at that relationship. He just comes near this dog's head and he curls his tail. That is very telling right here. And he talks about other dogs kill other dogs when humans are not the boss. Look, I have a dog, I have a Shiba, who is bred to chase birds and wild boar, and they'll even go after a bear. Like, they are fearless. And he was raised by cats. And he has a roommate of a ferret that is free range. And Adonis has never, ever punctured, hurt. I mean, yeah, he'll chase him. He'll kind of boop him with his nose. You know, he's a Shiba. He plays with, you know, Hermes like he's a toy. But I always make sure to supervise and stop. And Hermes fights back. And there's never been any scratch or blood or at the very most, you know, Adonis took a little bit of hair out, which of course I take accountability for. That was my fault for allowing that to happen. And Hermes is not in the slightest bothered by it, because Hermes really is not bothered by anything. He just exists. All that happens, and it's not, you know, it's not an accident that my dog is so soft around other animals and is so polite, you know, because I've taught him, but I didn't have to be the boss. The more aggressive I got with him as a puppy when I didn't know any better, the more aggressive it made him.
That's when dogs kill other
just
dogs.
Look how rough he is with this dog.
That's when dogs go after kids. Okay? So
he's tightening the collar again.
Treats would have helped this guy?
Absolutely. I agree that treats and treats alone would not help him, but you need to have the whole picture, that the dog needs to be below threshold. The dog needs to not be thrown into the lion's den. The dog needs a trainer who knows what they're doing and isn't just about, you do what I say because I say it. And if you don't do anything that I like, I'm just going to correct you for it. It's your fault.
Heck no. Do you think e-collars...
Treats absolutely would help this dog. Proper training would help this dog. He's just saying heck no because he thinks that his whole thing about no shock collars, no prong collars, no treats, he's not doing anything special. He's just using a flat buckle collar or a head halter or whatever, yanking and cranking the crap out of this dog, scaring it, kneeing it in the face, chasing it down. That's not any better, dude. I mean, I've done this time and time and time again, using positive reinforcement, without using corrections, without, you know, doing any of what this guy does. And it's just not necessary.
Would have helped this guy be off leash, off muzzle with other dogs, and we're just gonna
so I don't know why he's putting him in the water
every time he looks at the dogs wrong.
Jesus, what are you doing? Why is he okay, sorry.
Now he needs to go in the water.
He needs to go in the water. Why?
One pull into the water. He's no worse for wear. Yes, I pull.
No, that's just a straight up lie. So now I'm going to kind of go into the whole, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. If you are afraid of water, and even if he's not afraid of water, he just jerks him in and then says, no, he's fine. He didn't yelp. He's not bleeding. So he's fine. Because he doesn't acknowledge the psychological, mental, emotional state of an animal. Because he thinks that they are lesser than.
I do one time he looks at the dogs wrong.
So he looks at the dog, yanks him in the water. I don't know why. I've also taught dogs to get into the water. 80-pound Labradors, I got them in the water. And you think I'm going to be able to drag an 80-pound dog in there? Heck no, I used treats, and I used timing, and we took our time, and I showed the dog through proper desensitization, which is why it's called strategic. This is not a strategy, or it's a very crappy strategy. Strategic desensitization. Using time, finesse, feel. Not just throwing them in the pool and saying, all right, good luck, go learn how to swim. And then when the animal comes out with all four legs and tails and they're not bleeding, then you say, no, they're fine. They worked out.
Now he needs to go in the water. So I do one.
You're just making this dog more fearful of water.
Pull into the water. He's no worse for wear.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I pulled him in the water.
Jerk. Good grief.
Pull into
Super
the water.
stressed
He's
tongue.
no worse for wear.
Jerk.
Yes, I pulled him in the
Jerk.
water. He would have never gone in on
Jerk.
his own, so we had
Pop.
to get him in on his own.
Of course he would have gone in on his own. Why does he need to go in now, though? He's already stressed. Why are you just manhandling him and forcing him in the water? He didn't need to go in. You could have absolutely... Okay, so the fact that he says he never would have gone in without that shows me he's an idiot. In all honesty, like, goodbye professionalism. This is my personal opinion. You're an idiot. And you're a liar. And you don't know. And this is just... I'm going to end this here. I'm sorry. We're not even going to get to the end of this video because I'm just going to keep on going and making it personal. even though it's not. I'm very passionate about animals and their well-being, and this is just so dangerous. So this is my reaction from even though I don't sound as professional towards the end, it's all coming from my experience and education and understanding of true animal behavior. And this is so stressed and fearful, and this dog is it's just not good. So we're going to end it here. I don't even want to see how they react. And later on, the dog will appear fine and, playing with other dogs, or as he says, playing. I just can't see any more of this. In my opinion, this is abusive, so that's my opinion. That's my reaction to it. I hope you all have a better day. I hope you're able to learn from this regardless of my tone or the words I say or use. I am trying to use this as a learning opportunity to show you that this is so not necessary. So I hope you all have a better day than I did. I got my blood pressure up for no reason. But thanks for watching. And until next time, try your best to stay positive.